To strengthen or support. Example, her support bolstered his confidence. Disparage. To speak negatively or belittle. His father constantly disparaged his efforts. Circumvent. To find a way around or to avoid an obstacle or difficulty. Example, they tried to circumvent the long queue by using the express lane. Bolster. To strengthen or support. Example, her support bolstered his confidence. Hapless, unlucky and unfortunate. Example, he has many hapless attempts at job interviews. Resilient, recovering quickly from difficulties. Example, she was resilient and bounced back stronger. Tacit, understood or implied without being said. Example, they had a tacit agreement. Hapless, unlucky and unfortunate. Example, he has many hapless attempts at job interviews. Turmoil, a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. Example, the sudden resignation of the CEO plunged the entire company into turmoil. Havoc, widespread destruction or great confusion and disorder. Example, the sudden storm caused havoc across the entire coast, tearing up trees and flooding roads. Impetus, a driving force or motive. Example, opportunity for advancement was the impetus for his actions. Turmoil, a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. Example, the sudden resignation of the CEO plunged the entire company into turmoil. Havoc, widespread destruction or great confusion and disorder. Example, the sudden storm caused havoc across the entire coast, tearing up trees and flooding roads. Euphoria, a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. Example, she felt pure euphoria after finishing the marathon. Enigma, a person or thing that is mysterious or difficult to understand. Example, her sudden change in behavior remained an enigma to everyone. Insightful, having or showing a deep understanding of a person or thing. Example, her comments during the meeting were highly insightful and helped the team understand the core problem. Euphoria, a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. Example, she felt pure euphoria after finishing the marathon. Indispensable, absolutely necessary or essential. Example, her skills were indispensable to the success of the project. Serendipity, lucky chance or a happy or unexpected discovery. Example, finding the perfect apartment was pure serendipity. It wasn't even on the market yet. Invincible, too powerful to be defeated. Example, the hero's shield made him invincible against all attacks. Indispensable, absolutely necessary or essential. Example, her skills were indispensable to the success of the project. Serendipity, lucky chance or a happy or unexpected discovery. Example, finding the perfect apartment was pure serendipity. It wasn't even on the market yet. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Example, the beauty of the sunset was ephemeral, fading away within minutes. Scrutinize, to examine or inspect closely and thoroughly. Example, the accountant had to scrutinize every line of the financial report. Modish, fashionable or stylish. Example, her outfit was very modish and on trend. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Example, the beauty of the sunset was ephemeral, fading away within minutes. Dauntless, bold and determined. Example, she was dauntless in the face of danger. Ineffable, too great to be described in words. Example, she felt ineffable joy at the sight. Gratuitous, unnecessary or without reason. Example, she made a gratuitous comment. Jeopardize, put something in danger. Example, he jeopardized his career by quitting. Dauntless, bold and determined. Example, She was dauntless in the face of danger. Fiasco. A complete failure, especially a humiliating one. Example. The magic show turned a total fiasco when all the props failed. Gregarious. Social and fond of company. Example. He is very gregarious and loves hosting parties. Plethora. A large amount of something. Example. The library had a plethora of books. Invigorate. To give life and energy to. Example. The morning run helped to invigorate him for the day. Perish. To die or be destroyed. Example. The crew watched their ship perish in a giant storm. Fiasco. A complete failure, especially a humiliating one. Example. The magic show turned a total fiasco when all the props failed. Sagacious. Wise and having good judgment. Example. He was sagacious enough to avoid the mistake. Overrated. Not as good as people say. Example. The movie was overrated in my opinion. Sanguine. Optimistic and positive. Example. He remained sanguine despite the challenges. Frugal. Careful with money. Example. She is very frugal and saves money. Pivotal. Very important. Example. Her decision was pivotal to their success. Sagacious. Wise and having good judgment. Example. He was sagacious enough to avoid the mistake. Outlandish. Strange or extremely unusual. Example. She wore an outlandish outfit to the party. Bogus. Counterfeit or fake. Example. He was tricked by a bogus bill. Credulous. Too quick to believe things. Example. He was credulous and easily fooled. Plausible. Believable or reasonable. Example. It's a plausible explanation. Haply. By chance or accident. Example. We met happily at a cafe. Outlandish. Strange or extremely unusual. Example. She wore an outlandish outfit to the party. Ostracize. To exclude someone from a group. Example. He was ostracized by his colleagues. Castigate. To punish severely. Example. He castigated the boy for misbehaving. Mitigate. Make less severe or serious. Example. She tried to mitigate his pain. Ideate. Form an idea or think. Example. She ideated a new solution. Truncate. To cut short or shorten. The event was truncated due to rain. Ostracize. To exclude someone from a group. Example. He was ostracized by his colleagues. Idiom of the day. Come rain or shine. It means whatever happens or in any circumstances. For example, 1. I go jogging every morning, come rain or shine. 2. I will help you, come rain or shine. 3. The event will go ahead, come rain or shine. Now your turn. What is insolvent? Unable to pay one's debts. Example. Since losing her job, she has been insolvent. Stoic. Unemotional, calm, and enduring. Example. She remained stoic throughout the crisis. Cognizant. Having knowledge or awareness. Example. She is cognizant of the risks involved. Reticent. Not willing to speak or reserved. Example. He was reticent about his opinions. Fastidious. Very careful and attentive to detail. She was too fastidious to overlook the mess. Insolvent. Unable to pay one's debts. Example. Since losing her job, she has been insolvent. Stoic. Unemotional, calm, and enduring. Example. She remained stoic throughout the crisis. Cognizant. Having knowledge or awareness. Example. She is cognizant of the risks involved. Rejoice. To feel or show great joy or delight. Example. They rejoiced at the good news. Castigate. To criticize severely. Example. The teacher would often castigate her students, obfuscate, to make something more difficult to understand. Example, the instructions only served to obfuscate the process. Substantiate, to provide evidence to support a claim. Example, the author substantiated her argument with research. Abscond, to leave secretly and hide. Example, he tried to abscond with the stolen money. Rejoice, to feel or show great joy or delight. Example, they rejoiced at the good news. 8 ways to respond to bad news. 1. I'm really sorry to hear that. 2. That's awful. 3. Oh no, what happened? 4. What dreadful news, so sorry to hear this. 5. You have all my sympathy. I know how you must feel. 6. That's so sad and so unexpected. I'm really sorry. 7. You must feel terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. 8. My goodness, it's hard to believe.
Basic to advanced English. Ask, inquire, help, assist, tell, inform, or notify. Buy, purchase, need, require, start, commence or initiate, finish, conclude or finalize, think, consider or reflect, get, obtain or acquire, say, state or declare, show, demonstrate, talk, discuss or converse, check, verify or inspect, use, utilize, make, create or construct, keep, retain, give, provide or offer, call, contact or refer to, ask for, request, say sorry, apologize. Be sure to like.
Ecstasy, intense joy or delight. Example, he was in ecstasy when he heard the news. Capricious, changing often and quickly. Example, she was capricious with her moods. Overdue, late or past the expected time. Example, his payment was overdue. Envious, feeling of jealousy. Example, he felt envious of his friend's success. Sturdy, strong and well built. Example, the table was old but sturdy. Ecstasy, intense joy or delight. Example, he was in ecstasy when he heard the news. Soggy, damp and very wet. Example, she was caught in the rain and got soggy. Filthy, very dirty. Example, the house was filthy and in need of cleaning. Spotless, completely clean. Example, the kitchen was spotless. Grimy, covered with dirt and grime. Example, the walls were grimy and in need of a scrub. Impeccable, perfect and flawless. Example, her house was impeccable. Soggy, damp and very wet. Example, she was caught in the rain and got soggy. Courteous, polite and respectful. Example, he is always courteous to everyone. Sluggish, slow-moving and lacking energy. Example, he felt sluggish in the morning. Furious, very angry. Example, he was furious when he found out. Meddlesome, interfering in other people's business. Example, she was being meddlesome with her coworkers. Sophisticated, wise about the world and elegant. Example, she was a sophisticated and well-educated woman. Courteous, polite and respectful. Example, he is always courteous to everyone. Jog, to run at a gentle pace. Example, he goes jogging every morning. Dash, to run quickly or suddenly. Example, he dashed across the street. Lope, to run with long strides. Example, he loped up the hill in no time. Sprint, to run at full speed. Example, she sprinted ahead. Bolt, to run away fast. She bolted out the door. Jog, to run at a gentle pace. Example, he goes jogging every morning. Egotistical, caring too much about yourself or self-centered. Example, she was too egotistical to consider anyone else's opinion. Grumpy, easily annoyed or in a bad mood. Example, he gets grumpy when he hasn't slept well. Irascible, getting angry very easily. Example, his irascible temper made people afraid to confront him. Moody, changing emotions often and quickly. Example, she was moody all day and didn't want to talk to anyone. Arrogant, thinking you are better than others. Example, he was too arrogant to admit his mistake. Egotistical, caring too much about yourself or self-centered. Example, she was too egotistical to consider anyone else's opinion. Accomplish, to succeed in doing something. Example, he accomplished his goal of becoming a doctor. Strive, make great efforts. Example, he strove to succeed in life. Pursue, to try to achieve something. Example, he wants to pursue a career in medicine. Struggle, to try very hard. Example, he struggled to lift the weight. Manage, be able to do something difficult. Example, she managed to lift the box. Accomplish, to succeed in doing something. Example, he accomplished his goal of becoming a doctor. Vindictive, having a desire for revenge. Example, he became vindictive after being hurt. Boastful, proudly talking about oneself. Example, he was very boastful around his friends. Superficial, shallow, and only caring about appearance. Example, she was superficial and vain. Cheerful, happy and positive. Example, she is always cheerful and smiling. Nosy, being too interested in others' business. Example, she was being nosy about her neighbors. Vindictive, having a desire for revenge. Example, he became vindictive after being hurt. Peevish, easily annoyed or irritated. Example, she was peevish in the morning. Zestful, full of energy and enthusiasm. Example, she has a zestful personality. Perplexed, confused and puzzled. Example, he looked perplexed by the question. Jubilant, feeling or expressing great joy. Example, he was jubilant after his victory. Hefty, large, heavy, or powerful. Example, he lifted the hefty bag with ease. Peevish, easily annoyed or irritated. Example, she was peevish in the morning. Basic versus Advanced English. 1. Always. Day in and day out. Example, Jane practices the piano day in and day out to prepare for the competition. 2. Sometimes. Every so often. Example, we meet up for coffee every so often to catch up. 3. Rarely. Once in a blue moon. Example, John visits his hometown once in a blue moon. 4. Never. Under no circumstances. Example, under no circumstances should you share your password. 5. Because of. On the grounds of. Example, Peter was accepted on the grounds of his outstanding academic record. 6. Moreover. Furthermore. Example, the movie was entertaining. Furthermore, the soundtrack was amazing. Meticulous, showing great attention to detail. Example, he is meticulous about his work. Candid, honest and straightforward. Example, she gave a candid reply. Vigilant, watchful for danger or difficulties. Example, she remained vigilant while walking home. Amiable, friendly and pleasant. Example, she is an amiable person. Deft, skillful and quick in movement. Example, she was deft with a needle. Meticulous, showing great attention to detail. Example, he is meticulous about his work.
8 ways to announce bad news. 1. I've got some bad news, I'm afraid. 2. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but. 3. I'm sorry, I've got something sad to tell you. 4. I don't know how to announce this, but. 5. There's no easy way to say this, but. 6. I feel really bad having to tell you this. 7. I've got something unpleasant to announce. 8. Please don't take this badly, but.
Serene, calm, and peaceful. She looked at the sea with a serene smile. Frugal, careful with money. She is frugal and saves money. Jealous, envious of others. She made him jealous by mentioning her ex. Nonchalant, relaxed and calm. He acted nonchalant in the face of danger. Contrite, feeling or showing regret. He was contrite after his outburst. Serene, calm, and peaceful. She looked at the sea with a serene smile.
Today's word of the day is ostracize. It is a verb and it means to exclude someone from a group or society or to deliberately leave someone out. For example, 1. She was ostracized by her classmates for being different. 2. Fear of being ostracized kept her from telling the truth. 3. He was ostracized by his coworkers for refusing to go along with the plan.
Phrases to show you're listening. 1. Oh, I see. 2. Right. 3. That makes sense. 4. Really? 5. Got it. 6. Uh-huh. 7. Exactly. I hear you. 9. Interesting. 10. Sure, go on. 11. That's true. 12. I get what you mean. 13. Totally. 14. 15. I know what you're saying. Be sure.
Today's word of the day is perish. It is a verb and it means to die, disappear, or be destroyed, especially in a sudden or tragic way. For example, 1. Food will perish if it's not stored properly. 2. Many plants would perish without sunlight. 3. The village perished in the Great Fire. 4. Hope will never perish as long as we keep believing. Today's word of the day is berate. It is a verb and it means to scold or criticize someone angrily and at length. For example, 1. The coach berated the team for not giving their best effort. 2. The manager berated the employees for missing the deadline. 3. The teacher gently berated the class for their lack of attention. Today's confusing words are trip versus journey. First, trip is a noun, and it means a short visit or travel to a place, often with a return. For example, 1. We took a weekend trip to Paris. 2. How was your trip to the beach? Journey, on the other hand, is also a noun, and it means the act of traveling, usually over a long distance or describing the process of getting somewhere. For example, 1. The journey across the mountains took 2 days. 2. Life is a journey, not a race. To remember the difference, note that if it's a short visit or outing, it is a trip. If it's about the travel itself or a long process, it is a journey. Note that. You go on a trip, but you make a journey. Stay tuned to vocab.
10 polite ways to ask for permission. 1. Can I use your phone? 2. Could I possibly leave a bit early? 3. Is it okay if I bring a friend? 4. Do you mind if I open the window? 5. Would it be all right if I borrow your notes? 6. Am I allowed to park here? 7. May I ask you something? 8. I was wondering if I could reschedule our meeting. 9. Would you mind if I took a break? 10. I'd like to step out for a moment, if that's okay.